Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses.
Ding shoo bob shooby doo doo booby doo dow.
And the shot rang out, bang! Hot dog!
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
Howdy folks, this is Ralph Litwin talking to you, and we're on Horses Sing None of It. And today we're featuring the first of two shows that are going to have a group of Irish musicians, well known to those of you who are familiar with Irish music. We have Mick Moloney on the far left, your right, Ilene Ivers on the fiddle, Tommy Sands on my left, your right. I don't know, I'm totally confused now. And later on we'll have Regan Wick on the feet. So, Mick, you have collected this collection of great musicians and entertainers here for us.
Well, I basically just joined them at various points in the day. I would say collected would hardly be the word. But one of the great fiddlers in Irish music is to my right here, Ilene Ivers. She's going to kick it off here for us.
Very good.
Yeah, do a couple of tunes, Ralph. We'll start with a hornpipe, Flowing Tide, and a couple of reels. Piping Was Never So Gay, and a tune written by Charlie Mulvihill, great box player. One second.
hot picking and hot dancing. Whew, I'm exhausted just watching it.
This song, it's a sad sort of a song actually. It's a true song too. I come from the north of Ireland, and the song is about two people who used to come to our house. One was a Protestant, the other was a Catholic. And I suppose the events I felt almost summed up war, how people can be divided up into little groups by the different colours or different religions or different nations and told they're different human beings by people who find it useful to keep them divided. I'd like to sing it. My song for you this evening, it's not to make you sad, nor adding to the sorrows of this troubled northern land. But lately I've been thinking, and it just won't leave my mind, to tell you of two friends one time who were both good friends of mine. Alan Bell from Benach, he lived just across the fields, a great man for the music and the dancing and the reels. O'Malley came from South Armagh to court young Alice Fair, and we'd often meet on the Ryan Road, and the laughter filled the air. There were roses, roses, there were roses, and the tears of the people ran together. Oh, Alan, he was Protestant, and Sean was Catholic born. It never made a difference, for the friendship, it was strong. And sometimes in the evening, when we heard the sound of drums, we said it won't divide us, we will always be the one. For the ground our fathers ploughed in, the soil it is the same, and the places where we say our prayers have just got different names. We talked about the friends who died, and we hoped there'd be no more. It's little then we realized the tragedy in store. There were roses, roses, there were roses, and the tears of the people ran together. It was on a Sunday morning when the awful news came round. Another killing has been done just outside Newry town. We knew that Alan danced up there, we knew he liked the band. But when we heard that he was dead, we just could not understand. We gathered at the graveside on that cold and rainy day, and the minister, he closed his eyes and he prayed for no revenge. And all the ones who knew him from along the Ryan Road, they bowed their heads and we said a prayer for the resting of his soul. There were roses, roses, there were roses, and the tears of the people ran together. While fear had filled the countryside, there was fear in every home, when a car of death came prowling round the lonely Ryan Road. A Catholic would be killed tonight to weaven up the store. Oh Christ, it's young O'Malley that they've taken from the door. Alan was my friend, he cried, he begged them with his spear. But centuries of hatred, ears that cannot hear. An eye for an eye was all that filled their mind, and another eye for another eye, till everyone is blind. There were roses, My song for you this evening, it's not to make you sad, not for adding to the sorrows of this troubled northern land. But lately I've been thinking, and it just won't leave my mind, to tell you of two friends one time who were both good friends of mine. I don't know where the moral is, or where the song should end, but I wonder just how many wars are fought between good friends, and those that give the orders are not the ones to die. It's Bell and O'Malley and the likes of you and I. There were roses, roses, there were roses, and the tears of the people ran together. There were
Well, why don't we give people a minute to think about that? We're going to take a public service announcement and see you back in 1 minute with Mick Moloney. I think Ilene is going to have to say goodbye at this time. So
Sorry, Ralph. Yeah.
we know you have to get somewhere. We thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, darling.
we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
Oh,
Harry.
that was beautiful.
That's lovely.
You can win this swell set of recordings by artists who have appeared on Horses Sing None of It, simply by sending your name, address, and telephone number to me, Ralph Litwin. Horses Sing None of It, 140 Morris Street in Morristown, New Jersey, 07960. You can win recordings by the amazing, incredible Liza DiSavino, Dennis Dougherty, Margot Hennebach, Juggernaut String Band, Dave Kleiner, Ansel Matthews, Kathy Moser, Patrick Regan, Elaine Silver, New Jersey Songwriter Circle, and these two albums by me, Ralph Litwin. To win, send your name, address, and telephone number to Ralph Litwin, Horses Sing None of It, 140 Morris Street, Morristown, New Jersey, 07960. Aha!
Imagine a world without color. Imagine a world without smiles. Imagine waking up each morning to darkness. Now you've imagined what more than 40 million people live with every day, blindness.
I'm Nancy Kerrigan, and I know how devastating blindness can be. My mother is blind. Please join me and help Lions Clubs eliminate preventable blindness and put sight first. Together, just imagine what we can do.
Okay, we're back on Horses Sing None of It. Ilene Ivers has left the building. And we're here with Tommy Sands and Mick Moloney.
I'd like to do a song about an Irishman who thinks about going back. And this is a 19th century song. Not too many Irish people went back in the 19th century, but this fella thought about it a lot. The song is called Welcoming Paddy Home. I am a true-born Irishman, and that I will never deny. I was born in the sweet Tipperary, me boys, 3,000 miles away. Hooray, me boys, hooray. No more do I wish for to roam, for the sun it will shine in the harvest time to welcome poor Paddy home. Now the girls so neat and so frisky, they will take you by the hand, saying, Paddy Cree, won't you come with me, or come back to your native land. Hooray, me boys, hooray. No more do I wish for to roam, for the sun it will shine in the harvest time to welcome poor Paddy home.
Lovely, Mick.
Then in came the faraway stranger, and he scattered all over the land. The horse and the cow, the goat and the sow fell into the stranger's hands. Hooray, me boys, hooray. No more do I wish for to roam, for the sun it will shine in the harvest time to welcome poor Paddy home. Now the Scotsman may boast of the thistle, and the English can boast of the rose, but Paddy can boast of the Emerald Isle, where the dear little shamrock grows. Hooray, me boys, hooray. No more do I wish for to roam, for the sun it will shine in the harvest time to welcome poor Paddy home.
Well done, Mick.
Yes.
Welcoming Paddy home.
We should let folks know how they can get in touch with you, Mick, in case they want to find out more about your performing schedule or where to get recordings, any kind of information like that.
You can get me at my home telephone number in Philadelphia. It's 215-848-0550.
Very good.
And they can call up and find out all about Regan Wick, the North American step dance champion. And we've been performing with Regan over the years in many different occasions and many different parts of America. And I don't know if you've noticed, but Irish dancing is clearly related to tap dancing. A lot of the same foot movements, even though the upper body is very different. And that's because Irish immigrants brought this kind of dancing to America, particularly in the 19th century. And on the American stage in vaudeville, variety theatre, music hall and so on, Irish dancing came in contact with English clog dancing and with African juba dancing, carried over of course by Africans. And out of the fusion of the three came tap, the early stages of tap. So it's no surprise that there's a connection. And what Regan has done actually is put together his own a cappella routine, doesn't need any musicians at all, showing some of the connections between Irish and tap. That's one of his favourite routines.
Very good.
Great.
Wonderful.
Beats aerobics, doesn't it?
Well, we've got about 5 minutes to go here in the show, so what do you...
Well, I'd like to sing a song. It's about, I suppose, maybe the effect of music, and it's a great joy for myself to come over from Ireland to meet up with Mick. He's been a great friend for years, and his music I admire very much, and all his friends like Regan and Ilene. And we find that when we get together and travel around the place, that music can influence and change things a little bit. And this song is dedicated to all the people who try hard during their lifetime to make the world a little bit better. I wouldn't hear your music and I pulled your paintings down. I wouldn't read your writing and they banned you from the town. But they couldn't stop you dreaming and the victory you've won. For you sowed the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. You sowed the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons. Your weary smile, it proudly hides the chain marks on your hands, where you bravely strive to realize the rights of everyone. And though your body's bent and low, a victory you've won. For you sowed the seeds of justice in your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. You sowed the seeds of justice in your daughters and your sons. I don't know your religion, but one day I heard you pray for a world where everyone can work and children they can play. And though you never got your share of the fruits that you have won, you sowed the seeds of equality in your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. You sowed the seeds of equality in your daughters and your sons. Well, they taunted you in Belfast and they tortured you in Spain, and in that Warsaw ghetto where they tied you up in chains. In Vietnam and Chile when they came with tanks and guns, it's there you sowed the seeds of peace in your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. It's there you sowed the seeds of peace in your daughters and your sons. And now your music's playing and the writing's on the wall, and all the dreams you painted can be seen by one and all. And now you've got them thinking and the future's just begun. For you sowed the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. You sowed the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. In your daughters and your sons. You sowed the seeds of freedom in your daughters and your sons.
Yes. Wonderful.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks for being on the show.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for inviting us, Ralph.
I think. Support for this show has been provided by Victor's House of Music in Ridgewood, New Jersey. Call John Zara, our friend, at 201-652-5802.
Imagine. The world has been shrunk to the size of a gymnasium. It's 6 billion people condensed to a room full of players. They're developing strategies and working together to solve the world's problems. They are all participants in a World Game Workshop. The World Game Institute offers workshops and software to provide people with information, to inspire them, and to empower them to become better global citizens and to have a better global understanding. If you know a group or a school that needs more hands-on work with world issues, please contact the World Game Institute. You can call or write us at World Game Institute, 3215 Race Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19104. Our number, 1-800-220-4263.